Hey guys, good morning. Okay, so I'm doing this video on the morning of August 11th. So we are actually in full effect of the new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo. Okay, how I had it now, I do my horoscopes according to Hawaii time. So that's a 10-hour difference from the universal time. So as I do this video today, we are already fully in motion of the partial solar eclipse. And being in Hawaii, I just have to say it was nice to actually have dark skies last night instead of seeing the lava. Now the lava has quieted some, but it's underground and she's percolating. I still don't trust it just because I haven't, when I do my calendar, I do it like 1 week at a time. So I haven't really looked in the future, but I am looking for the same type of energies that started this whole thing. And oh, another thing I wanted to mention to you about the eclipses is summer eclipse season. Eclipses can last up to 6 months. So keep in mind while I'm doing this report that we still have active themes from the other eclipses in your career. The full moon in Aquarius purging something. And this one is basically that you're going to be in the spotlight. There's going to be solar eclipses usually signify a change, an opportunity, or new beginnings, but the lunar eclipse offers us a chance to change our perspective, okay? And an opportunity to process and prepare for the shifts that the solar eclipse brings us. So look to the solar eclipse that happened this past January, because this solar eclipse is directly connected to the same theme. It's about making a major career move or getting serious and intimate relationships, okay? The Lion's Gate is open as of August 8th, and the heart chakra is fully activated. There's a lot of sexual energy, and it's like wanting real love, sexual energy. I mean, I guess it depends on your chart or whatever, but it's more so about real love and connection. Oh, excuse me, I lost my place there. So, with all that happening, oh, and Venus in her home Libra, there's a lot of loving, passionate sexual energy around, and we are getting ready to receive because, you know, right, all this time, because we've been cleaning up our past karmic debts, and we've been removing all our blockages, paradigms for the last couple of years since I believe it was 2016 that this eclipse cycle started. Now we're not going to see these particular eclipses in these signs for a long time. Not in our lifetimes anyways. But so to reconnect with this, there's going to be a lot of recognition. You're going to be in the limelight, and it's going to be about asserting your boundaries, your healthy self-esteem. You're going to be warm, expressive, authoritative, playful. You're going to be filled with vibrant energy, right? Because of the sun, okay? Sun and Leo, both healthy self-esteem, a lot of energy. Just having healthy boundaries and healthy self-esteem. Taking care of number one, but without the ego. Although the people with the hard angles will have issues with ego and being egotistical. That's always the shadow side of the Leo or the Sun transits. Okay, we're going to be broad-minded, colorful, fun-loving, also loyal, dignified, and we'll have an instinct for leadership. There's a lot of confidence going on right here. And with the Sun, I noticed too, like in the horoscopes, there's a lot of fives, which stands for horoscopes, which stands for confidence, success, and in numerology, if it's not just a straight up, well, all the fives, anything that adds up to 5, 14th, 23, the 23rd, they all equal 5, which basically means a surprise or some kind of gift, not necessarily a present, but it could be a present on the other hand. And I think if I remember in next week's transits, I think there's actually like 2 5s, so you should be getting some kind of gift that day. But I kind of feel like all this attention seeking or getting attention and all this nurturing love energy and these gifts, I feel like the gift is love, or the gift is having an open heart, or just being able to have an open heart, because it's really truly hard. Yeah, there's so many people that expect so much from you, and sometimes you have to stop that. You have to be careful about where you spend your energy, because it can be draining. Somebody mentioned something to me the other day that cracked me up. They said, yeah, all these bottom feeders, they just want to come and suck your energy, and they called him a sucky bitch. Funniest damn thing I ever heard, but you know what? Absolutely, completely true. And I found I've incorporated it in my vocabulary now. Pretty freaking funny. Okay, so anyways, there's going to be a lot of thinking, contemplation, deliberation, discussion, and debate. These are all about ideas, okay? You're about to make a fresh start. So you need to write down your goals, and this is very, very important. Anytime you set an intention, you should write down your goals. I don't write them down per se, but I actually say them out loud, and you will find right now that you are manifesting quickly, okay? You're manifesting what you need. The universe is providing for you as you need it, and you're also going to notice that karma is instant at this moment. So on that note, karma, good or bad karma, it's still instant. Hopefully you're having good karma, and I hope I have good karma too. I'm pretty sure I haven't done anything wrong, but you never know. That's not wood. But your generous side may be sparked, but do not pour from an empty cup, okay? Make sure that you take care of yourself first before you start taking care of anybody else's needs. Okay, this is also a good time for breaking habitual behaviors, okay? Bad habits, get rid of them, okay? It's time for a reboot. There's going to be a lot of synchronicities, and just so you know, I mean, I know the word is synchronicities, but there are no accidents. Everything happens exactly as it's supposed to, exactly when it's supposed to. It's all in divine timing, okay? So the things that we want to look out for and avoid, and notice that we might see these in other people too, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with it being in their natal chart. It's their choice. It's their free will. Excuse me. Because you have the choice to battle those behaviors yourself, okay? You can battle yourself, or you can just act them out and fuck things all up. You know, it's truly up to you. It's up to you what energy you devote your time to. You can be the victor, or you can be the victim, okay? So the shadow side with this transit, you could experience yourself or through other people, jealousy, a fixed opinion, being self-indulgent, self-centered, conceited, overbearing, bullying. Someone could be egotistical. They could overact. They could overreach. They could promise more than they could deliver. There's possible emotional strain, physical overexertion, and with the Leos, it's more prevalent to have back, spine, and heart issues, okay? So, Leo, this is in your first house, and your first house is about self-personality, your self-expression, your first impression, basically your attitude, okay, your beginnings. You are going to have creativity and leadership abilities. Now, you have strong will, you're very independent, and you're very generous, okay? You're going to be in the spotlight. You're going to be stepping up and displaying confidence in a new high-profile situation, whether you like it or not. You need to maximize this opportunity that's being dropped in your lap. So you will want to look at how you behave and how you're performing, okay? Shadow side, watch out for being egotistical, dictatorial, or demanding. Cancer, it's in your second house of material security, money and possessions, values, work, daily routines, and environment. Now, you're going to have a heightened emotional impact. You're going to attract money, and you're going to be achieving these gains through influential people, okay? You got to be persistent, and for a day or so, the pressure to start or fund new projects is going to seem urgent, but it's all urgent. Everything's got to be done right now. Everything's a priority, okay? So don't be impulsive. Think first, okay? Okay, wise investments will bring a lot of good returns in the next couple weeks. So watch your spending. You have to do things now, though. You got to strike, or you're going to miss the opportunity. Now, Cancer, you need to watch out for possessiveness, being greedy, being superficial, or being shallow. Gemini, this is in your third house, okay, of communications, intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, and community. You're going to be communicating ideas. You have a dynamic, compelling personality, and this is basically action time for you. Your phone could be ringing off the hook. There's going to be a flood of new ideas and propositions that need your opinion, decision, or attention immediately. Okay, you're going to be challenged to sort the confusion. Okay, make wise choices. Don't obsess on anything. Decide quickly and move on. Okay, there's possibility of new acquaintances. You're going to have strong personal collections, and you'll be breaking through barriers of unfamiliarity. But shadow side, you got to watch out for being disorganized. Don't be arrogant, and you might have misunderstandings with relatives. Taurus, it's in your fourth house of home, early and later emotional security, family, and your roots. Okay, you're going to have stronger passion and money-making skills. There may be raised tensions at home, and you might be needing some space. I just went through this with the Aquarius full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, so just take the space already. Don't even let it go there, just take the space. A parent or your parents were dominant influence in your life. They left you struggling for independence. They basically took all your power, and that created an insecurity. And now you need to establish some kind of roots, and you're yearning for that. Okay, you have a lot of creativity. You're good at organizing, and you'll be rearranging your personal space most likely. Okay, this is a good time to start home-related projects to utilize that extra energy you're having as you're taking pride in your home and family. You need to express your feelings to another. This can help you intimately bond, but make sure you're clear. Okay, with Mercury being in retrograde, it's really easy to be misunderstood at this time. You want to feel at home with somebody. You want to be coming home. You can't seem to sit still because of the energy that you have. And there is a possibility of some kind of small windfall or inheritance with this transit. You got to watch the tendency to feel insecure. That's the only shadow side I have for you. Aries, this is in your fifth house of sex and creativity, enjoyment of life, resources, play, and self-expression. You love pleasure and good living, and you're generous. And you'll be having creativity and leadership abilities here. You need to play. Find a party to go to or give one. You're going to have extra enjoyment. Play with children or play like a child. Something that having to do with children. You're going to get enjoyment from children. And you also need to be spontaneous. You are feeling inspired at the moment. It's a good time to engage, but you don't want to be the designated driver. You want to be safely irresponsible. Okay, so this is a good time for love affairs, gambles, and anything related to the heart. Okay, your shadow side. Watch out for love watch out for love. Watch out for pride and love relationships. Excuse me. Don't want to give you the wrong advice. Pisces, it's in your sixth house of service and health, responsibility, and organization. You have heightened emotional impact on others, and you're taking pride in your work. You have a talent for organization, and you're an efficient problem solver. Okay, it's a good time to check your blood pressure. Watch your health. If your blood pressure is not elevated, you're in pretty good shape, but you are noticing that you're having some health issues, and you're going to realize that the answer is moderation. Okay, you can't party the roof off. Okay, it will start taking its toll. Okay, you may want to start something new, health habit wise, but do your research and make sure that it's something reasonable that you can stick with. Okay, same with your workplace. You'll be cleaning house and starting fresh in regards to what you do for a living, but don't overexert yourself. Now, the shadow side is You're going to be fussing and difficult to work for, so suck it up, buttercup. Nobody wants to suffer a fool. Aquarius, it is in your 7th house of marriage and partnership, relationships, and sharing. Now, you're going to have a dynamic, compelling personality, and you're going to have promised success in marriage or partnerships. There's a lot of spiritual healing, sexual energy. I said that earlier, yeah. You're either going to be finding a new partner, or you're going to be turning over a new leaf with a partner that you already have. Or you'll be reconciling with that partner and moving into a new kind of relationship, one that you both haven't experienced before. Okay, there's a flood of emotional intensity, and this could be what changes the direction of the partnership. Brings a question: should I stay or should I go? Guess we'll find out, right? It's all in how you communicate and how your willingness to work things out and work together. You have to realize that you are one. Even though the separation is just an illusion, you are one. When you're a couple, you are together and you are one. And you move as one. And you think of the other person because they're your other half, right? Okay. Although overstated, the message is sincere and needs to be taken seriously. Breakthroughs can occur now. Achieving a closer bond. Like I said, now's the time for breaking habits. So the shadow side is, you got a tendency to try and dominate, but I'm just going to let you know that it's not going to work. What worked in the past is not going to work anymore. People are changing and recognizing their power. Okay, so Capricorn, this is in your 8th house of death, regeneration, your ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex bonding, shared property, and resources. You're going to have stronger passion and money-making skills. You're having deep insight, and you're very philosophical right now. You're striving for self-improvement. You may benefit from inheritance or through a marriage partner. But however, you're not going to be achieving fame until towards the end of your life or even after that. So you also have pride in your responsibilities. You also will be turning over a new leaf, reworking and refurbishing things that you already have, preserving. Go ahead and get that credit card, but don't overspend. Take or buy what you need, and then stop there. Moderation is always the key. So the shadow side, you may suffer the early loss of a father figure or a male energy partner. I don't like that horoscope. I'm sorry I have to even read you negative shit, guys. Sagittarius is in your 9th house of mental exploration, long distance traveler, philosophical beliefs, study, higher learning, ethics, and moods. You're going to be having creativity and leadership abilities. It's all about new places and new ideas, standing by your word, integrity, okay? Being idealistic, you're believing in and pursuing your education. This is a great time for planning and ideas or perspective shift. Establishing generic patterns and adding details later. Making a schedule. New publishing efforts are well begun now. There's pressure to perform and produce, okay? Don't be impulsive. You need to avoid hasty commitments. Think first, okay? So be thoughtful and deliberate and measured in your efforts, even through temptation and discouragement of others, okay? The physical and mental long distance traveling. Now, the traveling physically could be travel abroad, an opportunity for travel abroad, but the mental could be maybe a different long distance traveling. To me, that sounds like astral projection. God, I haven't drank my coffee yet, guys. I got it and ran in here and started making the video. So if you can tell, I'm a little off. Let's the Mercury retrograde kind of messes with me too, and I'm end up fucking up. Okay, so where was I? So you may have some kind of psychic journey, or I almost feel like you're gonna meditate and you're gonna get some message, and that is a mental long distance travel. but you are the traveler. Enjoy it. Okay. Shadow side, don't become too fanatical about your ideas. Love your ideas, stick with it, but don't ever try to change anybody's I mean, you can give them the information in hopes that they'll change their mind, or believe what you say, but you can't force issues. Period. Okay, Scorpio, this is in your 10th house of career, public standing, personal status, goals, fame, success, achievement, and public image. You're going to have a heightened emotional impact on others. You have a strong sense of self, a drive to succeed. You're I almost want to say you're doomed to have, but it's not a doom. You most likely will have success in the middle of your life, in your mid years, and you need to remember to balance home and work with your ambition, leadership ability, and your power to influence others. Because us Scorpios, we tend to get focused, and we get in the zone, and we don't want to come out of it. Like, I'm a Scorpio, and I just want to say I'm already feeling that energy. I was kind of forced to take last Sunday off, and I didn't want to, and it was so hard to enjoy myself at a gathering / party. All I could think about was I have to get back here, and I have to do this, and that. I could not focus on enjoying myself because I wanted to be here at work. And if I had a vehicle, I would probably be here 7 days a week, at least 12 hours a day, working on my horoscope videos, doing tarot readings, and managing Pop Shop. So I hope I can succeed. I definitely have the ambition, and you guys do too. There's going to be new developments in your career, and there's going to be a lot of pressure to produce. It's going to be intense. I feel it. There's a lot of action and things. It's hard to keep track of a lot of things, so careful of the details. You're wanting to be honestly represented in personal and professional status. You want people to see you for who you truly are. Okay? You're going to be taking a fresh stance on your resume because it can move you up a notch if you're not already doing your own business. Now, you got to watch out. You don't want to be arrogant or dictatorial. Okay, where did I leave off? I had to go kick somebody out in the front. You can't be smoking weed out front my store. Are you serious? I got artwork in here. I don't want it to smell like that. Go do that shit at home or somewhere else, Anyways, so Libra, this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, friends, social lives, groups, and society, okay? You have a dynamic, compelling personality, and feelings are going to run high among close friends, and there's an intensity that can renew the love and passion that first fueled your relationships. Excuse me. It can be worth risking upset to get at what you're really feeling. You need to express yourself, okay, and not worry about how the other person is going to react to you. The point is, you need to release this. You need to say this. Whether or not they can deal with you is of no matter. The point is, they need to know how you feel, and you need to express your truth. Got me on that one? Okay. So, there's a crazy atmosphere surrounding us right now, surrounding you right now, Libra. You can say those things that you might have hesitated to bring up and wear your heart on your sleeve without worrying about the income, okay? In order to manifest, 1, you have to want it, and 2, you cannot be attached to the background. Oh boy, can you big coffee. Okay, where are we at? You have high goals. You have optimism that wins others to your cause because you're also idealistic and very, very creative. The same ability to burst out of your shell will also help you in getting yourself into a new company. You might have thought you didn't care about it before, but an approach of disarming honesty can make you welcome in unexpected places and bring some valuable allies, okay? So think about that. Shadow side, you have a tendency to be domineering, so knock that shit off. Virgo, this is going to be in your 12th house of self-undoing, secrets, sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, healing, and spirituality. You're going to have stronger passion and money-making skills. Reticence, difficulty expressing yourself. Gosh, especially with Mercury being in retrograde, I'm sure it's double hard. Here, Take a sip of my coffee. Sounds like you're gonna need it more. Um, your success is gonna come later in life, but right now you're gaining deep spiritual understanding. There's going to be eruptions of the unconscious that could bring troubles and personal revelations to the surface right now. With all these Leo transits, the spotlight is also on you, okay? Now, this may be a good thing or a bad thing, depending upon how you're performing. But it sounds like this is going to be, this is really going to drain you of energy, but you have to tend to it. That's for sure. Be careful not to betray secrets or to let the cat out of the bag prematurely. Don't say the first thing that comes to mind. Don't be impulsive. Think. You may give away more than you intend to. New deals are being struck behind the scenes with a strong sense of urgency, but they're not necessarily justified. So watch that you don't just climb aboard and take sides. Wait until everything comes out in the open to make a decision, okay? Because it may appear to give you an advantage doing things in secret, but open covenants, openly arrived at, are the better part of honor, okay? Integrity peoples, okay? So the shadow side is you tend to lead a secluded or a lonely life. Now, this new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo at 18 degrees affects people who have this natal transit within 14 to 24 degrees of fixed signs, okay? So check your charts. If you're 14 to 24 degrees within planets within around Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, this is how it's going to affect you. Now, we also have some other challenging aspects to Jupiter and Pluto. And these are all about disagreements and arguments about ideas and beliefs about power and control issues between people, groups of people, and nations. Now, the end of one cycle. Oh, now this is the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Okay, so all these other transits, Uranus going retrograde and Taurus, it's your actions in the world is opposing what others normally experience. You're turning your dreams into reality. And you're just your willpower, your stubbornness, there's breakthroughs and patience, but you're stubborn, and it's you're being forced. The universe is forcing balance in your finances, okay? So that works good for you. Okay, there's also Venus in Libra, which is wanting real love, feeling compassionate, balance and harmony, and reciprocation. And I know that reciprocation is a huge issue with the twin flames. I'm finding a lot of males they're stuck in these old paradigms. Okay. Then we also have Venus squaring Saturn, which is a little bit, you're feeling restricted, kind of trapped a little bit. But you have patience, and there's a lot of, I know I keep saying integrity and patience and harmony and generosity. These are huge themes, okay? And there's a couple of them that fight each other. So it's really, you're fighting yourself to become love, to become who you are, okay? Instead of what other people want you to be, or instead of being what other people see you as. This is a time to stop other people's / the world's projection on you, okay? The world sees you one way, other people see you one way, but you know who you are, and don't believe it. Don't believe what the world tells you you are. Don't believe what another person tells you you are. Really? So it's also this eclipse is also conjunct Mercury retrograde, okay? The sun is conjunct Mercury retrograde. The moon is conjunct Mercury retrograde. And it's all about going with the flow, surrendering, and letting the universe handle things, okay? But still maintaining a great sense of humor, charm, and it's all about divine timing, okay? We also have Mercury squaring Jupiter. And Mercury squaring Jupiter. Oh, okay, here we go. Excuse me, it's really hard to read this thing right here. We also have Mercury squaring Jupiter, and basically, don't promise more than you can deliver. Don't overact. Think. Respond, not react. That's still a floating theme. Okay, you have to watch your spending, watch overindulgence. You have to focus your energy wisely. What else? Oh, and the Lion's Gate opened on 8/8, and that's your Kundalini is being activated, and that has a lot to do with all the sexual, loving energy also, as well as your heart chakra being open. So this is a time of love and a time of healing. You should love everybody. You should love yourself. And when I was looking the other day, now I know this is a little bit a couple days after, but I felt like I needed to include these in here just to add to the same type of energy. So on August 16th, we have a grand fixed cross. And that's Uranus and Taurus at 2 degrees, the North Node in Leo at 4 degrees, the Moon in Scorpio at 0 degrees, and the South Node in Aquarius at 4 degrees. Now in a natal chart, it's an uncommon aspect. It's really rare. And it's usually deemed unlucky and a burden for life, but it's said to give the feeling of being trapped by circumstances. And this is a grand fixed cross, so I can see that it's definitely got a stubbornness energy quality to it. But it could also be some kind of stubborn and inflexibility in your personality, or suffering a lifetime of multiple conflicts, each crisis triggering the next. Okay, you could be pulled in dueling directions. It could, for me, I'm seeing a possible duality in your nature. But you also could have spectacular success and equally stunning failures. Okay, so a grand fixed cross is when 4 more planetary bodies are aligned 90 degrees apart. Okay, 2 pairs of planets in opposition, 4 planets sharing the same quality, and this is the fixed qualities with the Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. It lends great strength, demands balance, negotiation, and needs to direct the powerful energy to work together instead of at cross purposes. Okay, the cross or square gives the individual the focus on their goal. Okay, an intent focus on their goal. This is, I almost want to say, single-minded, especially with all the other transits are going on, but you still have that willpower to take a break and balance with the home life. I mean, I can't even say determination. This is some serious perseverance. I mean, that's awesome. Concentration and focus. That's good to hear. But that stuck fixed energy is, you might be stuck on focus. Now remember, I think one of the other signs, it said something about don't obsess on something. I can't remember what sign that is. Also, this is another aspect that demands you surrender. Okay, it's requiring emotional and or surrendering your self-will. Okay, this deals with security, resources, and self-worth. With the cross, there's also a huge call for fair distribution of money and assets, and for hard work to replace the victim mentality. Okay, so get moving. And then coming up, and like I said, I do things in Hawaii time, so this is a big aspect on August 18th in Hawaii. I think in Universal Time, it's on the 19th. But Jupiter is going to be trining Neptune, and this energy is already in play, but it's going to be exact on the 18th. Now, this is an ultra rare transit. It happened in December, it happened in May, and this is the last one of the year in August. Okay, it's not going to happen for another 150 years. And this is a unifying, loving, spiritual theme. Okay, we're going to be recognizing the oneness, the unity of people across the world. Okay, this is extremely idealistic and esoteric. There's you're going to see a boost in gurus, mystics, healers, or some kind of spiritual teacher. A lot of people are turning to that for the answers, and they're discovering that astrology is a science, numerology is a science. Tarot reading, it's still, maybe one day we'll prove that's a science somehow. As soon as we can see all the energies. Hi, doggies. Oh, cute little doggies walk past my door. With Jupiter trine Neptune, there's going to be a glamorous connection. I mean, a lot of fantasy, expansion of spirituality, extra intuitivity, You're going to get a psychic power boost. There's a lot of happiness, generosity, fantasy, and spirituality. But you got to watch out for confusion, illusion, and delusion. Hold on. So there you have it. Okay, so there's a lot of extra attention on you. There's everything is a priority, needs to be done now. You got to do things in moderation. Watch your ego. Okay, discuss your ideas, assert your boundaries. A lot of focus, but don't forget to balance in your home life. Moderation is definitely a key theme. And what I didn't do is I didn't go through like the numerology for it. So the August 10th, 2018 would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20. So that's 2. That's about harmony, intimate communications, one-on-one relationships, teamwork, basically. Trying to put things in balance, okay? And partial solar eclipse in Leo is at 18 degrees, which equals 9. So there's definitely some kind of purge, what do you call it? My goodness, purge, endings, letting go, and it's definitely represents the unconditional love. So you can see where these themes are prominent. And also I noticed there's a lot of 1s and there's a lot of 8s. So it's a lot of new beginnings through leadership, but also the fact that there's a lot of 1s leads me to feel that besides the 11 universal year where we have instant manifestation, you're also wanting to take charge, feeling very independent, and with the sun, with the Venus being in Libra and all these other transits and planets and signs happening in Leo, it's just all about being the individual, okay, being the strong independence, asserting your self-esteem, and just using your will to get ahead, but doing it with a lot of compassion and love. And the only other, excuse me while I scroll down. Okay, so with that Uranus retrograde in Taurus, that's also at 2 degrees, which is another theme of balance and harmony. Okay, let's see, Venus square Saturn at 3 degrees. Okay, so 3 is the number of joy, creativity. It's a time of fertility. It's the Trinity. It's the perfect union, male, female, and child. There's a lot of connotations to that. And then, of course, I mentioned the Lionsgate portal 88, which is the day that born leaders are made. Well, born, not made. They're made 9 months before that, right? Then the Mercury squaring Jupiter, that's at 14 degrees. 14 equals 5, which is another Leo sun number. Confidence, lots and lots of confidence and success and possible gifts. Okay, so for the grand fixed cross, we had Uranus and Taurus at 2 degrees. I already said something about that, the harmony. Then we have the North Node in Leo and the South Node in Aquarius. Both of them are at 4 degrees. So because they're evenly balanced, and 4 is a number of manifestation, grounding, and stability, it's 2 plus 2. So this is, in relations to balancing and teamwork and acquiring stability through teamwork, acquiring stability through balancing. That's a huge theme, and that grand fixed cross is the one that gives you extra focus on what you're doing, while all the sun transits are putting the focus on you. So they're focusing on you, and you in turn are focusing. Okay. And I think that is the last. Yep, that's the last of the numerology. Okay, so that's your new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo report. You guys have a good week. I'll see you next week.